I got a good story. I don't know if I ever told you this, but when I first met you, I remember you told me 25 years ago, if you were driving down the road and saw a 250-pound buck with a nice rack and he was standing there beside the road, you wouldn't shoot him. You'd let him go off, or whatever, and get out and get your gear or whatever, and you'd track him and shoot him, but you wouldn't shoot him from the road. And I remember thinking, I've never really thought of that, but now I'd feel guilty if I saw him beside the road and I dumped him beside the road without a hunt. But that was one of the first things that you told me. I thought, that guy's wired just a little bit different. But it's true, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't like when me and Scott saw that sneaky Pete that day. If I'd have just grabbed my gun and jumped out, I'm sure I could have shot him up on the hill there, but it never crossed my mind. All I wanted to do was not spook it anymore. So I just idled there and waited till he got out of sight and backed around, pulled over, got out of the truck, got my pack, got my gun loaded and went. Yeah. No, I know. There would be no hunt.
And I wouldn't, if somebody did that, I mean, I've known people that have done that, and I'm not judging them, but I'm just thinking, it goes back to, I told the story yesterday about how Steven told me, he said, I ain't never going to tag a deer. He was just an 11-year-old kid, had a chance to shoot he weighed 238 or 239. I mean, and any kid would have, cut his thumb off to get that.
Any adult would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he'd already made up his mind because the year before, he'd shot his own buck and he didn't want to cheat himself.
Yeah. Well, it's like Rylan. We were driving in. This was not last fall, the fall before, when we had more bare ground, at the beginning. And we'd gone into remote camp. It was Residence Day, and I said, let's take a ride in there. And we ended up putting out a couple of cameras and stuff, and it was bare ground. So we went in anyways, and we're driving in through, and we come around the corner, and there was a fork in the road there. And I just started coming into the corner, and this buck jumped out into the road, bounded over, I don't know, he might have been in the road, I can't remember, and he jumped over and jumped up on the bank, and there was a cut there, you could see a little bit, and he stood there, and I said to Rylan, because he never moved, I didn't, you know what I mean, Rylan just sat there looking at it, and I go, you don't want to shoot that buck? And he goes, no, I don't want to shoot that buck. Well, it was only a 4-pointer. It had beams, but it was one of them ones that had any brow points, but it was a 2-year-old buck. It was a nice little buck. He goes, no, I don't want to shoot one from the road.
Yeah, but that's because he's been around you and he knows what he wants.
And he went all season. That was 2 years ago, when he saw, I think, 7 bucks that year, and he never shot one, because a couple of them big ones he saw, afterwards, I think he probably felt like maybe he should, but he was always scared of wounding one or whatever, or missing or something. He got out of that this year when he was with Scott. He wasn't worried about it anymore. Thing took off and he emptied his gun,
If you like that, make sure you check out bigwoodsbucks.com for more content.
And don't forget to sign up for our newsletter.